Which brings us over to the X Division for a very rare X Division month that has 2 stories.
Let's do Daniel Shocker first, because I want to talk about Michael Shane and Sabin as the closer.
Your famous favorite Michael Shane story.
Of course.
So Shocker became number 1 contender by winning the escape match at Lockdown.
Shocker.
He faces Petey Williams on the April 29th Impact. Quick match, wins pretty easy.
Petey's still getting jobbed out.
Yeah, he pins him very, very quickly. Mike did an interview Shocker after the match, and he says he's going to be the next X Division champion. And then does his double bicep pose, kiss pose.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a good pose. I like the way he's like, I'm going to be champion, kiss, kiss.
I also thought it was a pretty good little promo, too.
May 6th Impact, a match I thought kind of rocked. It was Shocker against Sanjay.
Go off, King.
They had a real nice 8-9 minute TV match. Dutt hit a cool spin around top rope Frankensteiner, where he sits in their poison round position and spins around and top rope around him. And then Shocker won with a kick-ass top rope powerbomb where he powerbombed Sanjay halfway across the ring, and I'm like, thumbs up, good TV match.
Feels like a little unnecessary for TV, but hey, we'll take it.
Yeah, if you're gonna go out there, so many of these TV matches are just utterly pointless. And to see these two go out and have a real nice, it's a 3-star match, but it's a real nice 3-star TV match that you're I enjoyed that wrestling match. Thumbs up! Do that more often.
Shocker isn't broken by the TNA system yet.
So he pins Dutt with the top rope powerbomb. Then Daniels feigns, who was on commentary naturally because it is his second role in this company. I hope they're giving him a second paycheck for the amount of commentary he does.
He's he's getting 1 paycheck. What are you talking about?
Fane going at it with Shocker. Fane getting in the ring, but then left. There was then a feature on Daniels versus Shocker on the Go Home show, which did lead us to Hard Justice, in which Christopher Daniels faced Shocker.
Shocker, which is a pretty good match.
Shocker, I think, is the king of the pretty good match.
He definitely has been a welcomed mid-card addition to TNA.
He is the classic high floor, low ceiling. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
There you go.
Where it's you will never get a bad Shocker match, but I don't think he has a great match in him.
Yeah, definitely not till this point. But this is good.
Shocker ran at Daniels to the floor where they were both standing on the apron. Daniels took a bump just on the concrete. It looked unpleasant. They then both missed dives before Shocker hit a dive. Daniels' dive was a split moonsault where he landed on his feet, which also looked unpleasant.
Yeah, I was you're gonna break yourself.
They fired up for a big strike exchange. Shocker hit a front suplex, a gourd buster from the ropes for a near fall. Then Daniels finished Shocker with an angel's wings off the ropes, which is the first time he's done that in TNA.
Big time finish.
Probably bigger than this match deserved.
I guess they want to make it established.
I think I'd save my first middle rope angel's wings for a match where people think I'm losing, as opposed to Shocker, where I don't think anybody thought he was losing. But it's a good match.
Yeah.
Then Daniels grabbed a microphone after the match and called himself the greatest X Division wrestler in the world. Do you disagree, Liam?
Can I count AJ?
No, he's heavyweight now.
Can I count Samoa Joe?
No, he's not here yet.
Can I count Chris Sabin?
Yes.
But I wouldn't.
That brings us to Chris Sabin and Michael Shane to round things out.
I mean, I was swerved. Let's save it for the pay-per-view, but I was swerved.
Good swerved or bad swerve?
Good swerve.
Whoa. So the main event of the second Impact of the pay-per-view cycle is a substantial Michael Shane versus Chris Sabin match.
Yeah, they give them some time and they have a pretty good match. Shocking. Not Shocker. He was earlier.
This match does have the special 30-minute time limit for reasons I don't quite know.
I know, we forgot about 3OK family drama.
That's what we're ending on now, I'm afraid.
No!
So, Shane and Sabin have a real good little TV match. As I said, they give them the 30-minute time limit. They go a full 15 of it, more or less. As mentioned, the story is that Trinity is now cozying up to Michael Shane to get at Traci. But now Traci is I'm kissy-kissy with Chris Sabin now.
I know. Which couple do you stand?
I like the way it's not just I'm managing Chris Sabin. When Chris Sabin and Traci come out, she gives him a little kiss.
He's I have to bone him too. It's because Trinity made it personal. She went after her ex-boyfriend, not just her ex-managee.
She now needs a boy?
Yeah. It's taken a personal turn from what was originally business.
Sabin at one stage was dangling from the ropes to the outside, and Shane hit a neat slingshot elbow. Thought that was a cool move. Shane kicked out of the future shock. Sabin reversed the super kick into a side roll for the win. Then Shane dropped Sabin with the super kick after the match. Trinity picked up Sabin, and then Shane super kicked him 2 more times. Traci just kind of looked at him. She was like, oh. Eventually dragged off Trinity, and then Shane lined up a super kick on Traci as we went off the air.
And it will never be followed up on.
We will never know whether or not he super kicked her.
Which I was like, okay, this is a classic TNA end of the show where we're going to start the show next week off with what happened. No. We're just never going to know.
Yeah, the weird thing is, they didn't do, the announcer, we're out of time kind of thing. The show just ended. The show just stopped. They had an interaction in the gauntlet match as well. Sabin started the match with his jaw taped up. So he had, tape around the bottom of his jaw and across the top of his head.
It looked very weird.
So Shane and Sabin actually started the match, and then they did a little sequence before the match continued. Traci ran out, chased off Trinity as well.
Of course, all leading to the greatest moment in TNA history.
Yeah, the mixed tag team match. Michael Shane and Trinity defeated Chris Sabin and Traci after Traci betrayed Chris Sabin and realigned herself with Michael Shane.
I mean, it's perfect, isn't it? This whole time, you're like, these are like, they're on the opposite sides of each other and blah, 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 blah. And then boom, she goes back and they're back together and it's like, yes, come on. It's like a soap opera.
The most disgusting part for me personally is before the match, Traci still gave Sabin the little kiss, knowing what was coming.
The kiss of death.
So Trinity hit Sabin with a Rana. Sabin was then about to slap Trinity, but Traci low-blowed Sabin, her own tag team partner, and Don West just did not process what was happening whatsoever.
He was very confused, and I was very confused.
Because he called it as if Traci was just, like, it makes sense that she'd low-blow Sabin, and he was like, no, wait a minute, they're tag team partners. Michael Shane then super kicked Trinity and then Sabin for the win. Traci leaps into Michael Shane's arms as they celebrate their plan coming together. They're back together, baby.
And I'm hooting and I'm hollering. I love these two in their act together. I thought it was the best Michael Shane ever looked. Was when he was part of, Shazarian and Trinity, not Trinity, and Traci. I took a fucking beat so I would say Traci and not Trinity. I still fucked it up. Why do they get have names that are so similar?
Try and say Sabin and Shane and Traci and Trinity too much next to each other and your mind will explode.
Sabin and Shane and Traci and Trinity.
But when also trying to integrate who did what to who in wrestling match.
Yes, yeah, it's more identifying who. I mean, I'm obviously very ecstatic about this combination coming back together. I love them together. I think it's great. I was wondering if maybe the reason they didn't air it on TV is because he did Superkick her and then they didn't want to show that on TV. And then on pay-per-view, they're like, fuck it. Just wail Trinity with the super kick.
Yeah, I do wonder. Yeah, because as we mentioned before, they air at 4 in the afternoon on FSN. So maybe a dude super kicking a woman is the kind of thing that the TV people are like, we probably wouldn't do that in general, which is the Spike rule in the end. But also definitely not at 4 in the afternoon. I do wonder, because there was that note in the Observer about how there's going to be turns and people broke it up and put together. I do wonder if this was the plan all along, or this was the new booking team being like, what are we doing here? These two should just be together.
Like, they have so much natural chemistry together. Why not just bring them back?
But they're back. Michael Shane and Trinity. Damn it! Michael Shane and Traci are back together. Chris Sabin and Trinity.
It's not just me.
Left out alone. And Liam. It's the end of Trinity. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Forever?
Well, she comes back for a one night only. But this is the end of Trinity.
Well, I guess we'll wait to do it.
No, we agreed that one-offs don't count for the Remember Whens.
I know.
So, Liam, give me a Remember When for Trinity.
Oh, God, now I have to remember when. Garrett.
Yes.
As I googled Trinity to go to her Wikipedia.
Still remember all the things you did in TNA?
Yeah. Hey Garrett, this is the faith of Trinity, not the wrestler. First of all, let's just start off with the basics. Do you remember Divine Storm?
That was the Trinity introduction.
Tell me all about Divine Storm and your memories of Trinity. I'm really actually kind of devastated that Trinity's gone. I thought she just kind of was always going to be there.
So Divine Storm, they were Trinity's original act, and then she abandoned them.
They faced Easy Money and Sonny Siaki.
Yeah, they were Trinity's original act, and then she abandoned them because she was a bigger star than the act was, and the act left, and she stayed around. It's also where she did the most cool shit, so thumbs up.
Garrett Kidney, remember when Trinity and Kid Cash had a bit of a relationship?
Yeah, they had that prolonged angle where they were together and in a relationship that did not seem healthy, and it turned out it was a relationship that was not healthy.
Remember the really uncomfortable segments?
Where he abused her?
Garrett.
Yeah?
Do you remember when Trinity competed for the X Division Championship?
Yeah, when she was like the weird masked X guy running around for a while? In her little spider costume? Everyone's favourite moment of the Trinity TNA run.
Garrett, do you remember...
No, I don't even want to talk about the NYC.
I got something before that. Garrett, do you remember when Trinity turned heel by choking out Goldilocks?
Oh, yeah.
And aligning with Vince Russo.
She was in sex for a while.
Yeah.
She also had some matches with Alexis Lurie.
Yeah. That's not on this, but I thought that was her. I was like, why are we not doing the Alexis Lurie thing? That was like her, like part of her intro.
Apparently it turned into a shoot fight at one stage because Alexis Lurie didn't like her.
Nice. Garrett, do you remember the movie Elektra?
I've never seen it, actually.
I don't think I have either. This is going to start a new, Patreon series where we watch wrestling people in movies.
We've already watched the Chris Rock movie.
Yeah. $20 tier. Because there's no way I'm doing it for anything less. Garrett, do you remember the New York Connection?
Who could forget the NYC? I have. I want to. I'm asking you, who could forget? Who could help me with that?
But before you do, please, delve into the NYC for the people who are just tuning in for the first
It was a
time.
bad stable that died, and then Trinity was like the star of it, like she is most of her acts, which has always been the problem with Trinity,
Yeah.
isn't it? She's been the star of all of her acts.
She overshines everybody. Garrett, Kidney, do you yourself,
Me?
yep, remember when she fought Desire?
No.
When she teamed up with Kid Cash to fight Desire and Sonny Siaki?
No.
Ah, well, that happened.
Okay, I'll take your word for
That
it.
was her wrestling debut, where she debuted as Stephanie Trinity, apparently. I don't remember that.
Didn't happen. Really reaching for Trinity moments here.
Do you remember when she did that moonsault?
Off the cage, that was awesome.
Yeah. That's fucking
It was
sick.
a legit highlight reel moment.
Garrett, do you remember when she had that, like, sneaky good match with Jacqueline?
Yeah, it was like 3 minutes and they just threw bombs.
Yeah, it was sick. Garrett,
Yeah,
Kidney.
that's my name.
Do you remember when Trinity really wanted to fuck Dusty Rhodes?
So did Tracy. He's a very fuckable man. Can't deny it. They fought over him. Johnny Fairplay wanted some too.
He's a very fuckable man.
It's undeniable.
Garrett, do you remember Trinity's team, Phi Delta Slam?
I'd rather not. Just like the NYC. There is many Trinity things that were related to Trinity that I'd rather not remember.
That's about it for Trinity.
It turns out she does actually have a pre-tape before its anniversary, but we slightly jumped the gun.
Well, Garrett, also, let's take a moment to remember when she feuded with the Luchadors
Yeah,
by appropriating culture.
she is the luchador. The masked luchador.
She was like Spider-Man or some shit.
Yeah, that is it for Trinity, except she will have one pre-tape in the bill of its anniversary. But other than that, that's it for Trinity.
Garrett, do you remember the full-blooded Italians?
That wasn't on TNA. Well, Tony Mamaluke was.
After being released from WWE, she retired from professional wrestling in order to concentrate on her stunt work. On September 20th, 2008, she made a one-night return to wrestling under her own Stephanie Star ring name, where she lost a three-way match to Peggy Lee Leather that also involved fantasy.
Sounds must-see.
On April 19th, 2012, she began competing in a roller derby as a member of the Strong Island Derby Revolution.
Hell yeah.
On March 17th, 2013, Trinity made her return to TNA at their one-night-only show, Knockouts Knockdown, which aired September 6, 2013. At the pay-per-view, Trinity competed, but was defeated by ODB.
Bam!
Garrett, do you remember Stuart Little 2?
No.
Do you remember Trinity's stunt work on Stuart Little
Where we
2?
worked out that she was the stunt double for Stuart Little.
Of course. Who else would she be the stunt double for? Who else is taking bumps in that movie?
It's true.
What's what Trinity's up to?
She's on Twitter.
No. Well, obviously, that's a new You've Got to Be Kidding Me Hall of Fame candidate right there.
Welcome to the Hall of Fame, to the Goldilocks Hall of Fame, Trinity.
Living in the Hall of Fame.